everybody, it's Wendy. Welcome. I have a fun card for you today. I really hope you enjoy. We got a new photopolymer stamp set called Endless Wishes. And this stamp set is just like the one that we came out with last year. That it was the Christmas stamp set. So this is kind of the same concept, and I think it's going to sell out really fast. The other one sold out. So if you're interested in this stamp set, you definitely want to pick it up. It's $13.95. It's a great value, and you can see it's got these little bitty sentiments that go with the larger words. So we're going to do this card today. All right, so I have a piece of 8.5 by 5.5 Calypso Coral cardstock, and I'm just going to fold it in half. And then I have a 4-inch by 5 1/4 piece of smoky slate. I'm going to adhere that down. Then I have a piece of 3 3/4 by 5-inch Whisper White. Lots of layering on this card. Alright, and then for our next layer, we're going to do some brayering. So I'm going to bring in my grid paper, my handy dandy cheat paper. And we're going to use a piece of Whisper White, and this one's cut at 3 1/2 this way by 4 3/4. Let me double check that measurement. Yeah, 4 3/4. So I have my brayer here, and you see it's already got ink on it, and this is Calypso Coral ink. So when you're brayering, you really want to roll forward, pick up, roll forward, pick up, roll forward, pick up, and you're doing that because if you just go back and forth, you just get a whole bunch of ink in one spot. So you really have to just over and over to get your whole brayer inked very nicely. So I'm going to start off of the paper here, and I'm just going to go in real messy like that on one side, and then I'm going to pick up more ink, and I'm going to do the same thing over here. So then we just have this kind of cool geometric design on this piece of cardstock, but it's all the way covered, and you can go in and add more or take, you know, just however you want to do it to add more lines. So that's the cardstock I'm going to use now that I have decorated it. Let's get this out of the way. And I'm going to layer it down on top of this piece of Whisper White. It's just very pretty. And then I used the banner framelits from the Occasions catalog, and I cut out, this is the third, I think it's the third largest banner. So I cut that out, and I'm just going to layer that down right in the middle of the card, and I'm going to line it up with the top of this brayered piece. So like that. And then I have a piece of vellum here, and vellum is really cool to stamp on and do some stuff on. So I have my stamps already adhered to my clear blocks, and I'm going to go ahead and ink up with Stays on Ink my cake, and I'm going to stamp my cake just right in the middle. Alright, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to color my cake first, so before I do any more stamping. So I'm going to use Calypso Coral, and I'm just coloring in the icing on top and bottom. And then, let's see, I'll zoom in for you. Whoops, that's out. I always do that. I always go the opposite of what I think I'm doing. Okay, and then we'll do So Saffron here in the middle. And then the last one is going to be Smoky Slate. And that's going to be the base of the cake. Okay, so now I've done that. What I'm going to do now is flip this over, because it gives it a really cool effect when you do that. It's like looking through glass or something. Now I'm going to do the rest of my stamping. So this will stand out really brilliant against this because this is kind of almost faded into the background. So this is the small sentiment, it's your, and then we're going to stamp birthday. Just like that. And then we're going to layer it right here over the top of this banner. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to use some Tombow glue to do that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and put little dots just right on, like these candles, little tiny dots, the places that there's already ink. That way it won't show through and look bad when I adhere it down. Just like that. Okay, and there we go. That's the final card, and I really love how it turned out. If you need any of these stamping supplies and you don't have a demonstrator, I would sure love it if you placed an order with me in my online store. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.